Welcome everyone, and so glad to see you on our Instagram live. I never know when I'm live. Hello everyone, very excited to see you today joining us, whether you're watching live in real time or watching the recording. Today we'll be talking about ways to stay visible when working from home. Hello Letty, so nice to see you. We also created a poll asking what your best tips are to stay visible and get noticed while you work from home on Twitter and on LinkedIn. So let us know your thoughts by casting your vote at Mana Hours on Twitter and at mana.ai on LinkedIn. And don't forget to follow us there to stay updated with our app. And since we're talking about following us, are we at 100 followers here on Instagram? I didn't check today, so maybe Letty, you can do that quickly. So make sure that you follow us because we can get to 100 followers. It's a big deal for us. Great numbers, so don't forget, let's connect and help us reach this milestone for us. Before we start, let us know where you're watching from. We would love to know who you are, if you are a Mana user as well or not, and I can tell you more in a few seconds. And while we wait for more people to join us, I will introduce myself. My name is Sabrina Cadini. I'm a holistic precision life coach helping busy professionals live and work better thanks to customized lifestyle interventions. And I'm director of coaching here at Mana, helping our users take control of the most valuable resource we have in the world, which is time. 99. Oh my goodness. Yes, so we just need one more follow to reach 100. Please help us do that. Hello, Omar. How are you? So if you are not a Mana user, you should try our app. We have a time tracking app that uses machine learning technology to predict future behavior and integrations with a variety of applications to drive peak performance in people, teams, and companies. What does Mana do? Well, Mana allows you to automatically track how you spend all of your time, and it helps you spend it better, create goals, see their progress, and stay motivated along the way together with one-on-one coaching. The app also encourages you to be more self-aware with reflection and journaling so that you can learn how to maximize your performance and avoid burnout. This is so important in our modern society, right? Merry Wednesday to you, Omar. Thank you so much for being with us today. So if you'd like to check it out, go to mana.ai/download the app, then schedule a session with our coaches to know more and start taking advantage of all the wonderful features and tools that we have to spend your time on what matters most. All right, so are you ready for today's topic? I love this topic because I think it's a very timely one, right? We are still living in, with the pandemic. And by now, we should have adapted to this new normal, right? It's been almost 2 years. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. But the work landscape might be going through some changes. Maybe you're still working remotely from home. Maybe you're going back to the office, or maybe you have a hybrid schedule requiring you to be at the office with your team, colleagues, and managers for maybe a few days during the week and spending the rest at home. And being less visible can bring negative consequences. According to a study last year, less than half employees who were working from home received a promotion. And about 38% of remote workers didn't receive a bonus. And of course, this is a concern because you might think that your efforts and commitment are not seen, you're not noticed, and you're not recognized and rewarded for your contributions if you're not physically around your manager or colleagues. So this shows that you can't just assume that your work will be enough. You need to come up with a better plan. Or as I read on some blogs recently, you need to have a visibility strategy. I love that term. So here are a few tips that I hope will help you get that promotion, even if you're working from home and away from the office. So tip number 1, communicate clearly. Make sure that your manager or boss is aware of your work schedule and of the progress that you're making in your tasks or projects. So have regular conversations in place to go over updates, to go over what you completed and accomplished, and find a way to discuss opportunities for growth and expansion, maybe providing some of your ideas to show that you truly care about what you're doing and you're fully committed. My personal recommendation would be to schedule weekly video calls instead of going back and forth with email, for instance, since FaceTime can bring you closer to each other and creates a more powerful engagement. Remember that saying, out of sight, out of mind? This is exactly the case. And if possible, you could also meet for breakfast or lunch and catch up in person if you live in the same city. This also applies to your colleagues or team members, of course, as they're working from home or in a different location as well. So it's difficult for all of you to stay connected. And showing support and offering help as needed will be a great way to maintain great relationships and get help in return whenever you need it. That might happen. Tip number 2 is share your successes without bragging, of course. We live in an era where testimonials and reviews are so important. And being able to show your manager when a client or a customer is extremely happy or satisfied about your assistance or your expertise can be a good move. If you receive a thank you note or an email saying that the client enjoyed working with you or they were very happy with the product or the finished results, make sure that you forward it to your manager and let them know that you're proud to be part of the company and to generate revenue or more business for them. Whatever you think will make your manager happy. It shows great work and it may position you for a promotion, as it seems like many companies today are more likely to consider career advancements for employees who make an effort to remain visible while they work from home. So keep that in mind. Tip number 3, maintain your regular work schedule. This is essential. Working from home can mean having a flexible schedule and it can mean more freedom for you. But if you want to be noticed and visible at your company, you should try to keep the same schedule of your colleagues and of your managers so that you can be available when they need your input and you can communicate with them in real time. Whether it's a phone call or a video conference or even messaging on Slack, your presence, active participation, and prompt responses, believe me, can make a huge difference when you're there with them. And if you receive, let's say, a new assignment via voicemail, make sure you respond and follow up to confirm you received the instructions and you're working on it. And you will have it done by a certain date. You have to show that you're taking action because you're no longer in the same office with your manager and he or she cannot see you. Tip number 4, don't overdo it. Big warning here, and this is coming from me as a life coach, right? So don't overdo it. Don't offer your help for extra things just to be more visible and show your involvement unless you know you have the time for it. You don't want to overfill your schedule and then stay behind with your deadlines because that might send the wrong message to your team and manager. They might think that you're not working the necessary hours. So stay on top of your deadlines and deliver your best work, as this is the best way to prove your productivity since you're not there with them. And speaking of all these tips and ways to stay visible with your manager and your team, Mana can be very helpful to stay connected with your manager or team members thanks to our reporting tool. And now I will switch the camera and I will show you very quickly how you can create and submit a report. And if you're a manager, how you can review a report that you receive from your team or your employees. So I'll get my iPad and I will show you very quickly. Okay, so right now I am showing you the reflection page on my account, and this is where I can see everything that happens in my day, in my week, in my month, in my year. And if I want to create a report, I just click on Mana, our Spirit of Time, and I will select Create Report. I hope you can see that. Once I click Create Report, the Mana app asks me for which week I want to submit the report. So in this case, I will just select the last week, which will be January 30. At this point, it will give me different options, so I can select the manager or a team member where I want to send the report. So I'll just click on one right now, just for the sake of the tutorial, and I click Next. Here, I will be able to select all the elements or activities from my reflection. So I can select my goals, I can decide to share my health hours, I can decide to share my work hours, and so on. If I don't want to select them or just some of them, I can just click on these little circles and decide which hours I want to share with the manager. Once I'm ready, I will click Next, and I will just pick one of these emojis or icons to, give a little extra description, I would say, of the report. So I can decide whether it was a great week, an okay week, or a bad week, and then I can write some notes. So I can be a little more specific with how the week went, and I can give this would be a great opportunity to start a conversation with my team members, with my managers, and really try to find a solution if it was a bad week or if I had any issues or challenges, and start a great conversation. Once I'm ready with the comments, let me write something like this. Let me see, okay, so I select the icon. Right now I can preview the report, and if everything looks good, I can just submit it. And once you receive reports from other people, from your team members, or if you are a manager and you want to take a look at the reports that you received from your employees, I will just go back here. You will just click on this icon, which is the team icon. This will take you to a list of reports that you received from your team members or employees, and you can read all their comments as well. I didn't show you what happens after I click the team icon because I have my reports that I receive. For privacy, I don't want to share any important, details or private details. But once you click on the team icon, you will have the opportunity to see the received reports and the submitted reports. So you can see what you sent to your team members or to your manager, or what you received from your team members or from your employees. Okay, and there you have a list with all the names of the people who submitted reports to you, and you can just click on the report of your choice and read what they shared with you, both the hours, the activities, and their comments. Okay, so I think I told you everything about reports. I think this is a great tool. If you have a team or you work in a company and you want to, again, provide better support and know what's going on in your team, I think it's very useful, especially when working from home or when you don't have direct contact with your team. And it's not only, this started well before the pandemic, because a lot of companies now are global, so they have employees all over the world. And I think this is a great way to stick together and to foster a better conversation and provide better support, because we know what's going on and we can have clearer, more transparent relationships. So let me know if you have any questions for me regarding today's topic or about the app. I will be very happy to help you, and I will wait for a few seconds while you type your questions in the comment box. And in the meantime, let me remind you, we are here on Instagram, we are on Twitter at Mana Hours, we are on LinkedIn at mana.ai, so make sure that you follow us. And go take a look at the poll that we shared on Twitter and on LinkedIn. We would love to know what you usually do to stay more visible while working from home. If you'd like to check out how Mana can work for you, just go to mana.ai/download. Download the app. We have the desktop app, we have the mobile app, we have Google Chrome integrations, we have Google Calendar integrations, we have Apple Health integrations, so you can really take care of your life and track everything automatically without even thinking about it. We can take care of everything for you. And then at the end of the week, you can see the data in the reflection tab that I showed you earlier. And it might be eye-opening for some things that you do, and you might say, oh my goodness, this is where I want to improve. This is where I want to make changes. And that's how you can live and work better. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks where we will talk about ways to network to improve your career and personal life. It will be in honor of Networking Week, so I can't wait. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.